All right, so it looks like I was right. Hey, what is up, guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video. And if you remember, I made some predictions about the JP 1.5 year anniversary, and I did predict a fantasy All Might or a fantasy character of some type. Originally, I thought the UR would be fantasy Uraraka. I was wrong. We are getting fantasy All Might, but as an SR, and I'll go over what the fantasy URs, that is multiple, are going to be here in a few minutes. But first, we have so much big news, massive update for My Hero Ultra Impact, possibly the biggest update we have ever gotten. So stick around, this is going to be a really interesting video. The very first new update that is currently in the game is they added new interior features to the hero base. You have a new private room and a new hero room and a new collection room. I think the collection room is going to be the coolest room because you're able to get, if you look at that picture, all of those posters, all of those trophies up in one room, and I think that'll be really, really cool. And as far as hero bases go, it's okay. I mean, the hero base still isn't super useful, but I do think they are trying to make it more useful, especially with this next thing I'm about to show you guys, and that is the friendship bond future that they're adding into the game. Get closer with your heroes with the new feature, Trust. Gain trust points by using your favorite characters. Watch your trust level grow. Now enjoy your character's voice lines and animations in a new way. What's more, once your trust level goes up, you get a special piece, a glass trophy. And so if you go back to this previous image, you can see all those glass trophies sitting on those pedestals. Those are what those glass trophies look like and what they could potentially look like in your hero base. But on top of that, I think the more important part is right here in this left-hand corner. It says select presents. It looks like each time your trust level goes up, you get to choose one of these presents. Now, as far as what these presents are, I am not sure yet. I have not checked them out in game. I would assume they're stuff for your hero base, but it might be more than that. Might be DX pieces, who knows? But it is looking like maybe the hero base, the trust future, has gotten a little bit better. I'm excited to hop into the game and see how that goes. As far as trust works, it is going to be an XP system just like your normal level. You're going to need a bunch of XP to get your trust to max level. Currently, it looks like max level for trust is level 20. And to get it to level 20, that is 600,000 XP. The next big thing they've added into the game is case files. Case files are probably my favorite addition. Check out the new and original long form story content of solving cases. Sounds awesome, but here's the really cool part. Take on investigations to get SR characters from past events. I do believe this means we are finally gonna get the JP exclusive characters. We may finally get to use the SR Redestro, the only Redestro in the game, which would be amazing. What's even more, get your hands on amazing rewards like DX pieces and special hero base furniture, which that's that. But DX pieces is awesome too. So this is really, really cool. We'll be able to go back and play those stories from the JP version of the game before it was out on global that we never got to play, hopefully, and that'll be really, really cool. Another big update is they are doing a Black Friday sale. You are getting a UR recruit ticket pack. You are getting UR unlocking orb packs, SR unlocking orb packs, and stamina packs. I would take advantage of this Black Friday sale while you can because, as we know, things in My Hero Ultra Impact can get very costly. This would probably be the best time to buy things from the shop in My Hero Ultra Impact. But if you're free to play, stay free to play. Do you? Additionally, Climax Battle is coming back with Gentle Criminal, and that is going to be starting on the 5th of December and run up to the 19th of December. So get ready to take on Gentle Criminal once again in Climax Battle. Now we move on to the big news, the recruits. The very first thing is the JP 1.5 year anniversary recruit. This is not where you are going to get the fantasy characters. This is where you are able to get a featured memory for the JP 1.5 anniversary, just like how we had a future memory for the JP 1 year anniversary. And they're also going to have a super bargain UR recruit ticket at the same time. This banner will drop or start on 11/26. That'll technically be 11/25 for most people in the United States. So be ready for that. That is right after Thanksgiving. So be ready for this banner. The memory that is going to be featured is the 1.5 year anniversary smash. It increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% when the battle starts. That's insane. That is a really good effect right there. Increases character's power by 30% and defense by 20% when equipped by a hero. Increases character's critical hit rate by 30% and critical skill impact by 45% when equipped by a villain. This memory is absolutely ridiculous. It is going to be probably a must summon, a really, really good memory for the 1.5 year anniversary. They have gone all out with this memory, so make sure you summon for this memory if you are able. I do believe it'll be limited as well, so after the 1.5 year anniversary, you will probably never be able to get it again. There is also going to be another banner coming out, and that is the Clash of Face Conflict Chronicles. This one doesn't start till a little bit later. This one is supposed to start on December 1st, and I do believe the way this banner is going to work is it's just going to be all the past Shigarakis and Dekus in the game kind of featured in one banner. I don't think it's going to be Season 6 Shigaraki yet, so just keep that in mind. And then we're going to go back in time a little bit to the next banner. I didn't go in order of when they release because this next banner is actually massively hyped up. The next banner is not the climax battle that you see there on the left, but it is the Impact Fest banner that you see on the right for Kaminari and Jiro, and then you have a Clash of Face Conflict Chronicles Recruit. I do believe that's the normal non-impact version of the banner that has Jiro on it right there. And so those two banners start on December 1st as well. And that is for JP, of course. So that means just a day earlier for anyone in the United States or Canada that those banners should potentially drop. And we are getting Fantasy Jiro and Fantasy Kaminari for the first time in the game. I thought it was going to be Fantasy Uraraka, but I was wrong. I was right about Fantasy All Might, but Fantasy Jiro, Fantasy Kaminari, I will take that. That is massive, and we are going to go over their kits here in a second. And then, of course, on the 5th of December, we are getting the Climax Battle Recruit that comes back with Gentle Criminal. All right, let's start with my prediction. Fantasy All Might. This is a free-to-play event Fantasy All Might, and his plus ultra move is called Carolina Smash. It deals 500% damage to a single opponent. This skill increases in critical skill impact by 40% when landing a critical hit. Also increases critical hit rate of all allies, excluding this character, by 15% for 3 turns. That is really, really good. I understand the excluding the character because it is an SR character. You can't make him too good because then that would bother people, but still, like, he is looking pretty good just from his plus ultra move alone. Let's take a look at his action skills. His first action skill is called Vertical Slash, deals 300% damage to a single opponent, also increases character's plus ultra gauge by 30% with a cooldown time of 3. That is beautiful. His second action skill is called It's Okay, increases character's critical hit rate by 20% for 5 turns, also increases character's critical skill impact by 40% for 3 turns. That's really good. However, it has a cooldown time of 5, which is not the greatest, but it's still all right. His first auto skill is called Musclehead. If character did not land a critical hit, increases character's critical hit rate by 10% for 3 turns. Also increases character's power by 15% for 3 turns when landing a critical hit. This guy is just going to hit so hard for an SR character, and he's built all around crit, which I love. That'll be really good for VE Tower. His second auto skill is called In Order to Protect All, increases critical skill impact of all ally heroes by 25%. This is kind of an insane SR. This is going to be a really good SR. Let's take a look at his arts real quick. He has, of course, the art with the sword over his shoulder and the art with the sword and the chain. I think the sword and the chain is a nice touch. It looks really sick. I wish they had done something different than just his Silver Age outfit with this stuff, but you know what? He still looks pretty sick. On to the UR characters. The first UR character is the new Kaminari. If you know me, then you know that I love Kaminari in game. I have a level 100 Kaminari, and you might be like, why? He hurts his own teammates. Well, with the newest ability boards, he lowers the chance that he stuns his own team. So I really do like Kaminari. Let's see how this Kaminari compares, though. All right, so his plus ultra move is called Lightning Blade. Deals 700% damage to a single opponent. This skill gains piercing shots. This skill will land a bullseye if character's HP is 60% or higher. Confuses character for 1 turn. Sounds like he confuses himself for 1 turn. I'm not sure if that's himself or the enemy. I would assume it's himself, but we'll see. All right. His first action skill is called Human Stun Gun. Deals 350% damage to a single opponent. medium chance of paralyzing the opponent for 2 turns. Also increases character's power by 30% for 5 turns. That is really good. Medium chance of paralyzing for 2 turns is decent. But what I'm really looking at right here is the cooldown time. A cooldown time of 4 on a UR. That's amazing. That's really, really good. His second action skill is called Electric Shock Absorption. Increases character's plus ultra gauge by 50%. Wow. If character receives an attack within 2 turns, medium chance of paralyzing the opponent for 2 turns. Okay. When used in a successfully executed skill chain, there's a technical hit on top of that, restores character's HP by 50% of the damage dealt for 2 turns, and it has a cooldown time of 3. Wow, we have never had a move like this in game. I am excited to see how that works. I'll give you guys a breakdown in a later video of what I think of this move, but that is a lot. That is a lot. His first auto skill is called Increase the Wattage. Increases character's max HP by 50% if there are any female characters on the team. Also increases character ecstatic for 2 turns if character receives an attack while not having the ability to paralyze the opponent. Okay, so if he doesn't have the ability to paralyze, then he's ecstatic. That's kind of crazy. His second auto skill is called Lightning Rod. If character receives an attack while having the ability to paralyze the opponent, increases character's power by 60%, plus ultra move skill impact by 70%, and speed by 50%. Oh my, there it is. That's what's going to make him good in PvP right there. This guy is going to be a phenomenal unit for both PvP and PvE. Oh my goodness, he actually is going to be so good. Let's take a look at his arts. And then his arts, I love the hat. The hat is actually just amazing. I think this is so cool. The sword, the lightning sword, that is really cool. Kaminari looking actually phenomenal as a fantasy unit. I wasn't sure how he's going to turn out, but I think they've done a very good job with him. He seems very unique to me, which I love. I can't wait to see his plus ultra animation in game. Let's take a look at Jiro. All right, so Jiro's plus ultra move is called Heartbeat Whip. Deals 650% damage to a single opponent. High chance, 65%, of confusing the opponent for 2 turns. And see how right here it says confusing the opponent? If Kaminari wasn't confusing himself, it wouldn't say confusing the character, it'd say confusing the opponent. So I do think he confuses himself when we are reading his plus ultra skill. All right, back to Jiro. Also shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 1. Okay, she's... yeah. Oh, that's insane. All right, her first action skill is called Earphone Jack. It deals 350% damage to a single opponent. Medium chance, 40% of confusing the opponent for 2 turns. Increases skill impact of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. Gives all allies, excluding character, the ability to hide for 2 turns when character is not hiding. Also regenerates HP of all allies by 20% for 3 turns when character is hiding. Okay, so she's a support type unit. Crazy, with a cooldown time of 4 on both her action skills. Oh my gosh, Jiro might be the better one. Okay, her second action skill is called Stereo Speakers. Deals 275% damage to all opponents. Gives character the ability to hide for 2 turns. Also increases max HP of all allies by 25% for 3 turns. So this one increases max HP. This one heals. Oh my gosh, she is so crazy. Oh, she's gonna be so good. All right, her first auto skill is called Not Rockin'. Prevents all allies from getting a status ailment for 1 turn when battle starts. Also increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% every time character hides. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, her second auto skill is Sensitive Note. Cancels 1 status ailment of all allies after character receives 3 attacks. Also increases character's defense by 50% when character is not hiding. So she'll increase her own defense by 50% and then help her allies hide with this move. Oh my goodness, Jiro is going to be such an interesting character. And it kind of makes sense when you look at the way she's designed. She's designed to look like a tank almost. And they have made her like a tank support, which is really weird for Jiro. But I'll take it. That is really sick. That is so cool. So those are your fantasy characters. Let's talk about the memories. The new fantasy memory is called Resonating Power. It increases character's power by 30% when critical hit rate is increased. Increases character's skill impact by 25% when speed is increased. Also increases character's plus ultra move skill impact by 60% when defense is increased. So this is going to be an interesting memory. If it fits on any other characters that already have their own speed up or critical hit rate up or defense up, they are going to get these extra bonuses, which are going to make them even stronger. Memory for the fantasy banner is going to be called Victory Feast. It will increase characters' max HP by 30% when equipped by a male character. Increases characters' max HP by 15% if there are any female characters on the team, so 45% health up. Also increases characters' power by 15% when HP is 50% or higher. That is that's a pretty decent memory. That'll be interesting to see how that works. And last but not least, we have a summonable memory. I do believe this memory will be featured with the Deku Shigaraki banner. And this memory is called This Won't Be the End of Me. When battle starts, gives character ability to make a last stand one time if there are any pro heroes on the team. On the 4th turn, cancels one temporary buff of all opponents and increases characters plus Ultra Gauge by 40%. Once per battle, restores characters' HP by 25% when HP is below 30%. Wow. All right, there's just so much going on in Ultra Impact right now. I am so excited to see these fantasy characters in the game. I'm excited to try out the new futures with the Trust. I'm excited to go back and do the old stories. Let me know what you guys are most excited for down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please go down there, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave me some comments. Peace.